Okay, Atlantis aside, right? And because we identify with black and we hear about Atlantis, I'm talking about you. But same thing that is allowed to go on within an institution, right? Is that people got court cases in the morning, and your pod got to keep check the noise. You got to noise check your bald spot for the people that have court case in the morning, because otherwise, that's how the white boys get together with the Mexicanos, and that's how sometimes they whoop on y'all, and sometimes you'll whoop on them. I swear to God, making all that noise. Like, it would start out as a cacophony. That's why it's significant to the extent that we can fuck up. When we're not fucking up, it's allowing things to be popularized. But so sometimes we gotta lay off, right? Because they want to make our shit popularized. That's what's going on. We're made to consume. That's why you got to come up with a good word for a bad invention to drop the technology on people, get people ready for the technology and to need it. Because who is ever in Atlantis projecting their consciousness out into the universe? Before we stop doing that, then now we elevate man to the level of God. You can do that with a statue, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you're saying you don't push your consciousness out. You're making yourself immortalized, and then some of their progeny, a schism occurs where they start tip over statues to eke or to irritate other people trying to use the language that borrows from other languages, and trying to figure out what the language does with it, trying to figure out what to do with it. This is stressful, man. Not just for me, bro. It's not, I mean, it doesn't, like, I'm doing it. It's the easy thing. For me to do that is easy. Let me rewind a second. I was doing something in Atlantis, right? The word Atlantis or Atalanta, the home of the Heru bird or the hawk or the falcon, right? Or thunderdog, the falcon, right? No, the hawk is thunderdog. On the top of the totem, the highest flying bird in the west in Nubia is the falcon. In Atlantean, right? That is where the cacophony occurred that blew out the pyramids, the corners of the pyramid. It was like an explosion, right? It was like, why would a cacophony lead to an explosion? It's like all the noises of the instruments getting ready before you could say that this shit is orchestrated. Before you can even complain about the program, before you look at the program and see that it's fucking 5 hours long or some shit. Or, oh no, I don't know. They like 5 years. Okay. Fifth Amendment. How do you calculate how many years it's gonna take to rebuild neuroplasticity, because you're a miscreant and you're demanding scholarship and you're burning down your schools? You're not wrong. If you don't have the scholarship, that's what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna demand it. It's the id. Childish demands, and something like childish demands that goes along with ego, with living in your ego. So your ego is probably what makes the chemical that wakes your ass up in the morning. It's to start you off with something like an essence or something alchemical, and fucking slow building up. Like Atlantis was a slow build out on a template. It was already non-fungible token. It was already NFT. So, I mean, we were like, think that, that's white people shit. You shouldn't fuck with that. That's white people shit. Don't tell your folks that shit. In China, they banned it from you talking about blockchain negative. You're not allowed to talk negatively about blockchain in China where it's banned. Okay? Even the blockchain itself. They banned everything. They banned the blockchain. They banned talking negatively about the blockchain. Because the people that's going to help you figure out or learn how to use the blockchain is me. And at some point in time, you're going to think that I'm scamming you, or not to trust you or something, or you just lost your money or something. And it's as simple as the blockchain still gets jammed. There's jams. So things don't happen in the expected amount of time. Sometimes it's a rare occasion, is, you know what I'm saying? But then also the wording for something, or like even if you're investing in securities, you know, like it will determine whether or not those assets belong to you, is your frame of reference for the assets being evaluated. Like some of this shit is diversionary. And so like somebody will end up with the liquidity spigot. They just pulled up to, they just pull up to it. It's open to them because they have the right context for it. You won't just go and find your funds missing and complain. Like, no, you don't, because the thing is, like, you didn't read everything. Like, you don't read everything, and they're not trying to snake you or anything. What it was is they're saying is that you got to spend a lot of money to make a little money, and some of these tokens are semi-fungible, and some of them are for utility, and some of them this and that, where we're gonna, it's a whole thing. It's a whole, like, the part about going to the bank and pulling money out of the bank, that part is a game. I swear to God, it's the, everything else is research and evaluation. And then the part about going to the bank and making a withdrawal is the part that is a game. Otherwise, if you say, you know, with me, you're going to win when my evaluation goes up, then the government looks at you like a security. Oh, you don't want that. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that monkey S. I'm like Compton. What's his name? Bill Compton. Like Bill Compton. Don't bring me no monkey S. Oh, Suki. I love you, Suki, but don't bring me no monkey S. I didn't. He's saying right. You actually love the platform or the media, not the press. We love the inflection on media, like vinyl. It's like little angles and grooves, and a diamond weighted down O pen for more bounce to the ounce, like to contribute more vibrance, you know, to the song. And your life is like a song. It's written on the Northern Star, and the celestial ship of the North, the Northern Star. When it superimposes and you see the grooves like rings on a disc, I kind of feel like I'm making this shit up, but if I didn't have references, I wouldn't know. Like the only way you could say that this shit is true is because I give you reference. Just to give you reference, and you will, I know. If it's other than that, it's fucking foreign memes and or dead memes. Like it's morphomimetic communication by prokaryotic cells on the unified field. The universe is a prokaryotic cell. You're a prokaryotic cell, and prokaryotic cells grow in water. And and Shimo Yada. And Shimo Yada. And Shimo Yada. You know it's on Shimo Yada. If I continue, it's like keep going this way. No, okay.